Here is lesson 15 for Mallets. We will play numbers 37 and 39. Alright, as always, you should have already looked through it and be ready to go. So let's do 37. And 1, 2, ready, and 3, 4. Alright. Did you tap your foot? Did you count along with me? If you did, then you're in good shape. If you've been looking at your scales in the back, then you will realize that these kind of sound like our scales. Doesn't quite sound like them, but it does kind of follow a scalar pattern. If you're starting to notice those connections, then you are in good shape. Okay? Now, let's play 37 a little bit faster. I want you to be thinking of this in twos. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, you're thinking 1, 2, 1, 2, but the tempo is still the same. So we're going to play this speed. Oops, sorry. Oh my goodness. Promise I know it. But instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, okay, we're going to be thinking 1 and we're thinking 1 and 2 and 1, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Okay? So wow, I am not playing this well today. So, I want you to be thinking every other beat. What does that mean? What does that complicated thing I just said mean? That means instead of tapping your foot for every single beat, we're just going to do every other beat. That makes it easier to tap your foot. Okay, here we go. Let's do it. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Did that make it easier on your toes? Might be a little complicated to get the hang of it at first, but you will. Just give it some time and you'll definitely get it. Just keep practicing it. Alright, moving on, let's go over our code word. Our code word is scale. Hey, we just talked about that. Have you looked at your scales yet? If you haven't, you need to start looking at them now. Okay? Let's move on to number 39. Crusaders March. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, let's see. Now, let me give you a better tempo. And 1, 2, ready, and. Now, let me ask you a question real quick. I did a lot of things wrong there, didn't I? 1, you probably noticed it was the wrong rhythm. I'm sorry, the wrong notes. It was the right rhythm, but wrong notes. Secondly, you may have noticed, hey, he's doing it all in one hand. That's why I messed up. If I had alternated correctly, then my hands would have been in the right spot to hit the right keys. Okay? Third thing, did you notice I played a different tempo from how I counted off? Do you know if you're playing the right tempo or not when I count you off? When I'm counting 1, 2, ready, go, you should be thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you're keeping your tempo rock steady, then you're doing your job. Congratulations. All right, let's try it again. 39. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1. Did you get the repeat? If you got the repeat, congratulations. If not, then you need to make sure that you are going through when you practice and that you're marking what you missed. For instance, for me, I would mark that repeat because I will forget it if I'm not thinking about it. Okay? Next thing, I would mark some sticking. So that way I know how to play a couple passages. For instance, the first and third measures. Did you notice I did 2 in the right hand? Why did I do that? The reason is it allows me to switch and get to the keys correctly. Because if I do this, then this has to go here, this has to cross over. So I have to get this, that has to get out of the way, that has to get out of the way. It's a lot of extra movement, but if you do 2, sorry. See, the mallets don't intersect at all, they stay apart from each other. Okay, that is why you need to practice mallets, so that you can get the sticking ahead of time so you know what to do. And so you can find things like a repeat so you don't miss them. That was lesson 15. Thank you for joining me.